Hey guys, Frugal Prepper. It's been a while actually since I've done a video. I've been working quite a bit, some 90 and 100-hour weeks, and I had a camera malfunction. My brand new tripod got set up, and my 3-year-old knocked the camera over before I got a chance to use it and busted it. So it's been repaired. Here I am, staring at the partially wallpapered wall in my basement office. What I want to talk about today a little bit was monthly expenses. Um, Frugality, of course, is a way of life, and I think some people can go to extremes. At least uh, that's what I've been told. I'm not of the same opinion. Uh, if you can be as frugal as possible without being cheap, and by that I mean that if you're going to buy something, buy the right thing. Don't buy cheap because it's cheap. You'll end up paying for it twice. But more importantly, frugality is a way of life, and the more money you can save, the more money you can channel towards the right things. And whether that right thing is food or guns or ammo or whatever, having more money to channel into the right things is a good thing. Don't run yourself into debt just because you're buying in excess. And that's a rant I'm not going to get off on. But what I want to talk about today was expenses. And my wife and I are both of the opinion that if there is something that we need, we don't have a problem buying it if it's the right thing. What we have a problem with is recurring monthly expenses that you have nothing to show for. And a really good example of that is television service. I watch very little TV. My wife does watch quite a bit, more than I do. And my kids watch quite a bit. Now, is that worth $110 a month? In my opinion, absolutely not. So we canceled our television service. AT&T gave us a hard time when we tried to do it. Of course, we were losing all kinds of perks, etc. And I'm going to move on to cell phones next and start trimming down the cell phones. But to spend $110 a month for television service, and what do you have when it's over and done with? Not a lot. I'd rather spend $110 a month on movies or videos from the bargain bins at Kmart and Walmart and Target and Best Buy and places like that, and have them to be able to watch them over and over again. Nothing wrong with watching Mythbusters box sets or television series that are on clearance. But again, $110 a month, that's a lot of money. That's $1,300 a year that could be spent on other things that are probably a little more important. And there's different ways. We're not talking about stop watching TV altogether. There's still over-the-air HD programming that you can do with an antenna, and I'm actually hoping to do another video on that. What I want to talk a little bit today about, though, is telephone. Not cell phone, but telephone. Everybody seems to need a cell phone. I'm not going to discount the need for cell phone. I do a lot of business on cell phone. I do a lot of work on the cell phone. It saves me a lot of time. Am I spending more than I should? Probably a little, but it's kind of hard to change. Because they don't make it easy to change. They make it easy to upgrade and increase your plan. They don't make it easy to reduce your plans. But telephone, home telephone, we were paying about $44 a month with AT&T for basic phone service, and that's of course that's their unlimited calling, no international, but unlimited calling, and it's $44 a month, and it's a voice over IP. So I started looking around at MagicJack, Vonage, couple of other options that are out there, and of course they're all voice over IP as well. Everybody pretty much is using voice over IP. You got the internet service to the house. Why not use it for other things? I don't like MagicJack. I know it's inexpensive, like $39 to $50 a month or a year. But I don't like it because it's bound to a PC. You have to have that computer, whether it be a laptop or a desktop, on and logged in, and you have to have it connected to the internet, and it's got pop-ups, and you got to have a phone connected to the thing, and undoubtedly someone's going to yank the phone and pull the USB dongle, and out it comes, and you got no phone service. So I did some more research, and I was looking at open source PBXs, which are basically just phone systems for the house, because I obviously work in the technology field, and came across a really cool little gadget. It is called, let me see if I can change the focus here on the camera. It's called the OB110. There's actually a 100 model as well. This little guy is $58 on Amazon, and it's pretty straightforward. It's got a power cord, Ethernet jack. It's got a phone connection where you actually plug your phone into, and a line connection, which I didn't really need it for this, but I'm a phone guy by trade, so I wanted to play with it a little bit. And basically what this service was supposed to be is that you and your friend would both buy one of these boxes and plug it into your internet connection at your house, and there's a code number on the back that you'd punch in, and you dial that code number, and the phone connected to the device rings. And so you've got free calling between you and your friend over the internet using this little device. And it's kind of a cool concept. And they actually have a wizard on their web page, and you can set it up. It's actually got a web, I guess, interface built into it that you can set it up very easily. Well, the cool thing about this is the feature, not just the feature of being able to call between two of these devices, but more importantly, that this thing acts as an analog terminal adapter. And what that basically means is it's a telephone to Ethernet connection, and it works for other things. For example, there's lots of links out there, and I'll put some on the page, about actually using this thing with Google Voice. So if you have a free Google Voice account, you can actually configure this thing to use Google Voice, and you can make calls via Google Voice, just like you would regular phone service. Now, Google Voice is free, and you get what you pay for. So, does it work all the time? No. Are you looking for reliable phone connectivity? This thing was 58 bucks. There's a company out there called VoIP Welcome, or VoIP My Way. I'll put the links out. They have an introductory rate. I'm not sure if it's still going on. I'm hoping that it is. For 45 bucks a year, you can get basically a SIP trunk, and SIP is basically just another type, or it's a type of technology used for voice over IP. It's a SIP trunk that you connect to this thing. It's a phone number, and you can port your existing number if you want. But it's a phone number tied to this guy. 45 bucks a year for the first year, 99 bucks a year for every year after that. So for $100 a year, worst case, plus this one-time $58 cost, you have yourself a voice over IP phone line. Now what's cool about that? It's 100 bucks a month. Or I mean, God, sorry guys. See, I've been trained. It's 100 bucks a year. For the first year, it's 50 bucks. For every year after that, it's 100 bucks. This device is $58. So for 60 bucks out of pocket, $45 for the first year, I got basically $105 invested, and I've got phone service for the whole first year. Another 100 bucks the next year, and so on and so on. Cool thing about this is it's Ethernet based, so you can take it with you, plug it in other places, just like any other thing, just like the MagicJack, etc. But the really cool thing about it is it's yours. It doesn't require a computer. It's a phone cord, an Ethernet cord, and a power cord. Plug it in, stick it up in your, your attic, stick it in your basement, and wherever. And now you'll notice here it says no emergency calls. It doesn't have E911 or 911, so please be aware of that. But I'm going to put more links out there in the video about this. I have no problem dumping a $44 a month phone service to replace it with $100 for a whole year. Seems like it makes pretty darn good sense to me. I've been using it for about a month and a half, 2 months. No complaints. We do the same amount of calling we did before. And the nice thing about this is you can backhaul your house with it. So you don't have to just plug in one phone to this port and have one phone connected to this device. If you have the wherewithal, or if you know somebody that has the ability, you can basically take your home phone connection off the outside of your house and basically plug that connection into this. And then all of the phone lines in your house will use this device over the internet, just like if you had a Vonage or other voice over IP service, just like the AT&T stuff. So something to think about. Check it out. I'll put the links out there. 60 bucks for this guy, 45 bucks with VoIP Welcome or VoIP My Way. I think it's the same company actually. And there's other providers that do the same thing. I'll put some other links out there too. This is the one I found that was the most economical. It works just great, and more to come. Thanks guys.